chapter 4, all the symbology and things, but they just talk about the concepts and not like what it looks like in ArcMap. They do a little bit, but not. I wanted to show you kind of what that stuff looks like. And this will be probably commonly referred back to because this will be like, the mapping output that you make. You'll use these tools every time. First of all, to go into your data that we just unzipped, I'm going to go into my GIS 162 folder and the data folder, and then you'll see since we unzipped it, you can see the MGIS content, and then I forgot we need to do one more thing. If you now go to MGIS content and you open the folder, there's a application in there, and you can just double click on it. And this is important. This is like very important. So everybody can go do this now. Go to the folder that you made and double click on this application, MGIS Data 7E, and then when this thing comes up, this WinZip self extractor, click Browse, and then point it at your GIS, and then your data folder, and then your MGIS content. You want to have this folder highlighted as the place you want it to put the data, because what it's going to do next is unzip it and put it all there. So I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to hit unzip. Just double clicked on the application. Yeah, and then you hit browse and you tell it, I want to put it in my MGIS content folder. And it's going to go right next to the zip file and the thing you unzipped. And so you're going to have a folder and then unzipped and then a zip folder and then this one where all the data is. So just kind of 3 steps, kind of weird. And this is not a common thing to do. I had never seen something like this until this book's data.
So it's in data, MGIS content, MGIS data folder?
You can just stop. So here, I'll show you again. So if you go to browse and then you go down and you go into your data folder and then you just click on that folder, the MGIS content folder, or whatever the one is just below data. And it will say, a bunch of files got added. And then you'll see this MGIS data all lowercase folder, and that's where your data is going to be.
Unzip or
Unzip. Yeah, what? Let me see. Oh, yeah, unzip. That's all I did, yeah. Okay. Now I'll give you another tip. So since this name is long now, you can just click on that name and you can change it to whatever you want. I would usually just remove that so I know it's just my desktop and then what folder it's in. And then every time you come to this, you could go drill into data, MGIS content, and then MGIS data, or you could just make another connection just straight to here, right? So we won't do this many more times in class. This is like the time we're going to do it. So all this is ArcMap is going to get a direct line into the folder with all the most common data, all the stuff we use for the exercises. But it's also going to get a direct line into your folder. So if you need to get into an exercise or a project that you use, you can go to this one. But then we're going to make another one. We're going to right-click on it and connect the folder. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to connect right to the thing that we just made, this MGIS data folder. So then when I do that, it's going to give me this big long name. But if I just cut this down to be only a portion of that, the whole point is that now when I go in here, I can just open it and this is all the data. So like, you know, these different data sets and things are things we're going to use for the exercises. And also this is where you go to like open exercise 4's MXD if it's in there. So anyway, you'll see the book will reference this a lot. Go to your MGIS data folder and get your data. Everybody understand why we did that? The only reason we did it is so you don't have to drill down 3 times every time to get to this folder. It's just a shortcut to it, basically. Anyway.
So there's the MGIS data and MGIS data folder in the MGIS content folder.
Yeah, so the thing is the MGIS content is like the folder we unzipped and the zip file folder, and then also the data folder that came out of the thing we unzipped, which is like, that's all the content. And then the actual data is that one folder, which is MGIS data.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I unzipped everything, but I didn't like set up anything yet on ArcMap, so like I'm gonna need help with that, I guess, because like I don't know what you're doing on the side there, because I missed all of that.
Oh, sure. So, did you get the toolbars and stuff?
No, I missed like everything on ArcMap because I was like resetting this up with the files
Okay.
that we did in the beginning class.
Let me help you
Okay.
when we start the exercise. Then.
So which one did you just make the second connection? Did you do
MGIS data.
Okay, not the MGIS data folder, just the MGIS.
Right. So then when I go on, you see it's just that. So like it's the same thing here and here. Same thing. It's just this one. It's just when I open ArcMap, it's going to be a lot easier to just go into here and then into my data folder, and then.
So this I'm just not seeing the.
Oh, I took it away because it's just a lot of.
So just is the lowercase MGIS data.
Mhm.
You played the second connection. Okay.
This is the most important folder for now. But if you want to, to get to Arc Catalog, which if you have ArcMap open, this you'll see this little button with the catalog on it, the little yellow thing on it. So just click on that, and then this window will pop open. And then what you can do is you can hit this little pin, and then it will stay there. And then what you can do is the main thing I'm using here is folder connections. And all we did was, if you right click on it, all we're doing is connecting to a folder that has data in it on our computer. So you can right click and say connect to folder. And if you have existing ones from previous classes, you can right click on them and say disconnect. I would recommend that so you don't get confused. This confuses you like quite a bit if you're not sure why somebody else put one of these things there. This is important, so I won't move on unless we all get it. So you can just click on it and then hold it there, or just click and then click again. All right, so that's making a connection to the data folder.